What is going on, guys? Shadow870 here, and I'm bringing you guys another. I'm actually bringing back a series called CoD Ownage. Now, for those of you who don't know, CoD Ownage is a series I did before where I showed you guys an amazing gameplay, and today's amazing gameplay comes from my friend shockr'z. Shockr'z in this game went 32-0. Now, I don't know how he did it. I haven't looked over the gameplay yet. So I'm really just want to observe this gameplay and tell you guys what I see that he does right. And what I really like from shockr'z right out the bat is that he goes for the objective. You know, he kind of plays it smart. He looks over B real fast to make sure that no one's overhead glitching off of it, and he plays the objective and he plays it well. And we managed to get B, and that really helps out our team. That helps out any team in domination when you manage to grab B, obviously. So it's a very impressive gameplay, and I just wanted to look it over. Right now he is 2-0. He starts 2-0, and I wanted to see it. And so far, he seems to be playing this very smart. He's using his attachments very wisely. He's traveling the map. He's putting himself in situations that he wants to be in, and he's not keeping himself in situations that he doesn't want to be in. When he's in a situation or an area where he doesn't want to be, he'll get out of there. And that's, oh wow. And he really right now he's just he's using his perks and his attachments and whatnot, and he's using them to their full ability. And right now, I mean, he's just set up in a situation where he can beat it. He can just beat all his opponents right here. You know, he's managing to beat his opponents in every single gunfight. I just can't really explain much more. He's head glitching off that same spot, and it's just working out. You know, he's taking advantage of this spot, and it's really all about the spawn trapping. You know, being able to spawn trap is an extremely useful thing, and when you know how to do it, and when you pull it off successfully, that's just, you know, that's how extremely useful it is. Obviously, wisely enough, he's using scavenger, and he manages to continue with his ammo, continue with his gun. And that's really an important thing for big score streaks, is when you have scavenger. If you want to go for those big score streaks or those big medals like nuclear and stuff, which he does get in this game, then you obviously have to use scavenger, because if you don't have scavenger, then you're going to be put in a situation where you're not going to be able to survive with ammo. You know, you're not going to be able to continue to go on. And right now, he's halfway there from what his score ended up being. But if you don't have scavenger, you're going to run out of ammo if you're going for one of those big score streaks, and you're going to have to pick up a gun off the ground. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad idea, and that's actually exactly what I do when I don't have scavenger. But if I were going for nuclear, or if I were going for a big score streak, I'd run scavenger. It's almost a no-brainer, really, you know. And it's just a very all-around useful perk. I've even considered putting it on sometimes, but so it's just an all-around useful perk. And I really like his score streak setup, because a lot of score streaks, you know, because score streaks don't really count towards your medals. Therefore, if you get those big score streaks and you get big kills off of those score streaks, then you're put in a situation where those kills don't count towards your medal, and that's really just it's not a good situation to grab nuclears as you would want to. You know, it's not a situation that you want to hold a nuclear down and you want to get one. You don't want to use those huge score streaks like lodestars and all those ones that get kills. You know, the UAV, counter UAV, and VSAT is the best support class that I can possibly tell. And here's something interesting that I wanted to actually point out. This is the habit of every Call of Duty player, including me. I will do this if I get on a big score streak like this. When you get up in the ranges where you're like, oh shit, I am close to where I want to be, to a nuclear, to a ruthless, to a brutal, I am close to that point. People tend to get really, really conservative. Watch, shockr'z is sitting in this building the whole time. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's obviously working out for him. But I'm just saying, because we were flipping the spawn so much and kind of controlling everything, he is holding down this whole area. he is making sure that he is not going to die. And when the spawns flip, I'm really interested to see where he goes to. What does I'm really interested to see what does he do when the spawns flip and everything kind of just goes all weird on him and he doesn't really know what to do. So I want to see where he goes. I think that the natural thing to do would be to kind of just play really cautious and kind of check around every corner. But, it's just really interesting because everyone likes to sit in the same spot and kind of play really conservative when they get close to a big score streak. That's just how people play, and people play like that all the time. And he's really using his attachments very, very well as well. If you look at it, he has, so far as I understand, stock and red dot, or reflex, whatever you want to call it. He has those two attachments on. And with those two attachments, they work really nicely together. If you're pre-aiming before you get into a situation, see, like he just did there. When he goes around corners, he's already pre-aiming. And he's using his equipment as well. But if you're pre-aiming around corners and you're using that stock to your advantage, then you're going to be set up in a great situation. As you guys can obviously see, he goes back to the same spot. And he just manages to pull off more kills from here. At this point, he's 6 kills away from the nuclear, and this is where people really, really, really get conservative. And the best thing about domination is you kind of get a second chance with ammo. In domination, when you run out of ammo in the first round and you're on a score streak at that time, the round switching will replenish your ammo, and that's an extremely useful thing. I actually got saved because of ammo in this game. I fairly had a decent game, and when the round switched, I was out of ammo as well, and I didn't have Scavenger. But shockr'z was running low on ammo as well. Even with Scavenger, he only had 60 bullets left and 30 bullets in his clip. So he's running low on ammo right now, but Scavenger's saving his life right now. If he didn't have Scavenger, I don't know what kind of situation he would be in, because then he would be picking up weapons that don't fit his class, that are just really kind of just weird off on his class, and it's not a great situation to be in. So here's where he really, 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 really wants to play conservative, and you can see it in his gameplay. He just doesn't want to die. He completely runs out of ammo for the Type 25, and he's put in a situation where, he doesn't have anywhere to go. So he runs back to this side of the map, obviously because of his VSAT saving his life, and the enemies are spawning over there. Now, we could have helped him out a little bit more and not flip the spawns so much, but now that we've gotten everything together, this is crunch time right here. This is the difference between what happens, and he manages to pick up a DSR. That's Diamond. And then bam, he gets his nuclear. He manages to just get up behind the enemy, and I'm going to say it now. Our opponents in this game sucked. So yes, they were terrible opponents. They were not good at this game, and that had a hand to do with it. But it's mostly about shockr'z conservativity. I don't know if that's a word. It's about his conservativeness, the way he played it well, the way he positioned himself. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video, comment on what you thought of it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Later.